The law of compensation.
Whatever you don't sow, you can't reap.
Whatever we send out, the universe sends right back.
The law of compensation. For everything that you input, you will output in equal proportion.
I want you to really pay attention to it, because this law clearly states that the amount of money you earn is in direct ratio, it's in exact ratio to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. You see, in my particular business, there's the opportunity to earn millions of dollars, and I have earned millions of dollars. Not because I'm smarter than the next guy, and it's not because I'm lucky. It's because I find myself in a field where there's a tremendous need for what I do.
The most successful people I know, they work 6 to 7 days a week. And you know why that is? Is because they know there's gonna be days that they're gonna be sick. Things are gonna happen to them. So they know those are gonna be their off days. The holidays, the Friendsgivings, you name it. So if you give yourself 5, 6, or 7 days to work and not just 4 to 5, you will get ahead. Because if you work just to 40, that's enough to survive. But if you want to create something and get out of maybe the rat race or a job, start a business, new relationship, or even location, then you have to be conscientious that you have to put in more work. To get what 1% of people have, you have to do what 99% of people are not willing to do.
You can't outgive the universe. This one gives me chills every single time. This is a universal law called the law of compensation. The law of compensation says that life always pays you back. So it basically matches you or one-ups you. If you pour your heart into something, it will return back to you. Maybe not in the same form, but always in the same energy. When you give love, you receive love. When you serve with integrity, clients find you. When you give generously, the universe multiplies it back. You literally cannot outgive the universe.
So an observation I've had in life is when you work really hard, you take extra opportunities, you go the extra mile, you do things without anything in return, you're blessed with so much better opportunities and success. So next time someone gives you an opportunity and there's no payback or anything, just do it, because karma is real and what goes around comes around.
The law of compensation is based on 3 very simple points. The amount of money you and I earn is always going to be in direct ratio to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there will be in replacing us. Now, there very likely is a great need for what you do. You had nothing to do with that. That need was just there. Your ability to fill that need. All you have to do every day is put forth an effort to do whatever you're doing better. And as you do that, you're going to find that it'll become very difficult to replace you. There's very few pros around. A lot of people busy, but not too many doing it properly.
The law of compensation is stating for all the goods you give, even the bads you give, you will be compensated. Now, what does this mean? That whatever you give, say it's money, say it's a car to somebody, you will be compensated for it. Meaning that you will be given back something equivalent, maybe something more, or maybe something even less. As your compensation could be something as huge, or it could be something even though it's like a perspective, it could be something that is lower. Like more time on your hands, good health, mistakes that would have been yours but has been passed on to a different person. I just say this so you know that your compensation might not just be equivalent or perspective equivalent. Because there'd be people out here who will give somebody a card, like, yo, where's my car? Where's my car? Where's my car? That intention alone will mean you're not getting shit. When you give, it is never what you give. What you're getting back is your intention. If you're feeding the homeless just because you think you want to get good karma out of it, you're most likely not going to get the karma that you were looking for out of it. But if you are giving out to somebody just because you feel their pain and you genuinely want them to do better or feel better or just get a meal off, then something equivalent or maybe more depending on your personal karma will be gifted to you. This state is just leading you to do good and be good, not because of what you're giving or what you're getting in return, but just pure out of the fact that you want to do good. And if you're moving like that, then everything you do will be compensated, family. When you're doing that, you're not working for self, you're working in divine order. So help yourself by helping others, but when you can't, don't be ashamed. Help yourself first always, and when you can help. It's not that hard.
As a man sows, so shall he also reap. Now, what does this mean? This means that for everything that you input, you will output in equal proportion. How foolish would it be for a farmer to Look at the soil, stare at the soil 24/7, curse at the soil, be upset and depressed, expecting fruit when he has planted nothing, when he has not carefully watered and supervised the growth of his labor. It is stupid. Yet we do the exact same thing in our own lives. We expect a result without putting anything in. We expect an output that we cannot control, yet that which we can control, which is the input, we do not focus on. My friend, if you want to get to the next level in your career, let me tell you one thing. You must not be focused on the next level of your career. You must be focused on the input, that which you can control. So let me ask you, what can you control today?
You will reap what you sow. You're not unlucky. You're harvesting what you planted. Whatever a man reaps, he will sow. This isn't karma. It's God's law. You can't plant bitterness and expect peace. You can't plant lust and expect purity. And my favorite, you can't plant laziness and expect purpose. Every seed, every word, every choice grows into something. And some of us are living in the harvest that we planted last season. But here's the good news. If you want different harvest, you must plant different seeds. Sow discipline, sow forgiveness, sow time with God, and sow obedience, even when it's hard. Because the same law that exposed you will be the law that God uses to bless you. Like and follow if you have faith, and share to those who need it.
You will never outgrow your situation if you're not afraid of letting go of your situation. Like if you're afraid of losing your job, if you're afraid of losing the money that you have currently, if you're afraid of losing the life that you have right now, you will never change your life. This is what is known as the law of compensation. This law states that in order to receive something greater, you must exchange something of equal value or greater value in exchange for the thing. If your hands are already full, you can't receive anything new. And so sometimes what you're letting go of is your job, an old identity, an older version of yourself. And once you start letting go of these things, then your life can start to allow to hold something new. It's like a cup that's already full of water. You can't put more water in that cup. But once you dump that cup into the sink, now you can fill that cup up with more water. It's the same with the knowledge. The knowledge that you need in order to get something that makes you $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month is new knowledge that you need to start adding to the cup. But if your cup's already full, your mind's already occupied, your identity is already preoccupied with your current life, you'll never be able to outgrow your current situation. Because in order for change, in order to make more money, in order to grow in life, you have to let it all go. You have to reset. You have to go on to another phase of your life. But if you hold on to the life that you have, you'll never let it go. And if you never let it go, then you'll never grow. So the change that you're looking for in life probably has less for you to like hold more, because your hands are probably already very full. You probably can only hold so much. But instead, it has more to do with what is it that you have to let go right now in life? Because once you let it go, everything will flow.
I had a friend of mine who was in a desperate need. His mother had a problem, mismanaged the money. He waited to the very last second, and they were about to repossess the house. And he was in tears, mom, old lady, widow, losing the house. I said, how much is it to bring it current? The money was about $120,000. I was lucky. I had been blessed. I happened to have the cash, but guess what? I looked at my accounts, and it was virtually every penny I had. And I said, I have just enough. I emptied out all of my accounts, my checking account, my savings accounts. And I remember I kept $5 in each account, and it came out almost to the penny, the exact amount that he needed. It left me penniless, and I gave him that money so he could not have his mother go on the streets. I knew I'd probably never see that money ever again. But I knew I was planting a seed into the universe. The universe provided me an opportunity to exercise my faith and trust in the universe and trust that my giving would come back to me. Scripturally, it says, give and it will come back to you 100-fold. And it did. Within a week after I did that, I'll never forget this. Within a week after I did that, we got a phone call at our office from a major corporation that said, I was in the memory training business at the time, that said, we've heard about your memory training. Several of our executives have taken the course, we didn't know this, over the last few months. We've been having meetings, and we would like to hire your firm under a 1-year contract to do memory training. We'd like to meet with you tomorrow to discuss the contract. I met with them. It was over a $2 million contract. And the check that they paid up front, $500,000. Do you think tears didn't come to my eyes? Actually, tears didn't come to my eyes. I expected a miracle. I knew it was coming. That's how the universe works. It works through people. Think about that.
Whatever we send out, the universe sends right back. You see a person with a bad attitude, they generally have a good reason for having a bad attitude. They keep thinking of all those new reasons. Why? Because they're sending them out, they're coming right back at them. What we've got to do is stop right in our tracks if things aren't going right and say, hold on a minute. If I don't like what's coming to me, I've got to understand I've ordered it. It's being delivered right on schedule because that's the way the law works. What we put out comes back. I think I'm going to stop right now and start sending good thoughts, good feelings, good actions towards everyone and everything I do. I know there's something in you, it's an old paradigm probably, saying that's not being realistic. Who the hell wants to be realistic? Let's be successful. Let's have a great attitude. Let's have the universe shower us with good. And you know something, we can. All we have to do is hear with the universe. It gives it right back. Just like that.
It is time for me to introduce you to the law of divine compensation. The law of divine compensation states that if you are doing what you are here to do, if you are living your gift and expressing your gift to the good and welfare of the whole world, it is a law that the universe will compensate you for that. It has to compensate you if you are expressing your highest potential in the world. So if you can identify your passion and show up in that way, it is a law. You would receive compensation as a result of that. So identify what you want, live that, and then ask for something in return and watch things start to flow. This is the divine law of compensation.
The law of compensation. This is a very important concept that you need to understand if you want to increase the amount of money that you bring into your life. This is what the law of compensation is. The amount of money that you bring into your life is in direct proportion to three things. Number one, a need for what you do. Yes, what you do needs to be something that is needed by a community, by people. People need what you do. Number two, your ability to do that thing that people need. And number three, how difficult it is to replace you. When you understand those three key concepts, right, you're going to be able to mold your reality and bring the most amount of income possible, right? Identify a need, identify something that people need, then get good at it. Get so good at it that it is so difficult to replace you. And then you will see how you bring all those, amazing income streams into your life. Remember, money will flow through you only if you're serving other people. And you have to keep that in your head. That is how it will flow through you. It might get through you, it might flow through you if you're not serving somebody else, but I can assure you, you're not going to be able to keep it. So remember those key concepts, and that is the law of compensation.
If you'd love to earn a heck of a lot more than what you're earning right now, pay close attention to this video, take notes, and most importantly, use it. So let's talk about your income. Did you know that right now, you're earning exactly what you're supposed to be earning? Nothing more, nothing less. You're right on track. Now, in terms of your income, something's causing that, which leads me to help you to see that we're talking about cause and effect. If you want to change the effect, you must deal with the cause. So what is causing how much you earn? Well, it's called the law of compensation. Now remember, a law, when we're talking about a universal law, they get enforced regardless of whether or not you're knowledgeable or ignorant of them. Well, here, I'm giving you knowledge about them so that hopefully you use them. So what is the law of compensation? Well, it's very simple. How much you earn is directly proportional to number one, the need for what you do, number two, your ability to fill that need, and number three, how difficult it would be to replace you. And there's nothing else. That's it. That's what determines how much you earn. So let's go over this again. How much you earn is directly proportionate to number one, the need for what you do, number two, your ability to fill that need, and number 3, how difficult it would be to replace you. See, we're talking about service. And you know what's amazing about that? You only need to work on the second part. You only need to work on being really good at providing that service to fill the need to the point of where you're difficult to be replaced. Now here, I want to share with you how there's evidence of this everywhere right before your eyes. We see it in films, we see it in business, we see it in sports. Think about all those people who are very successful, who are paid really well, and how all of them fill a need. They fill it really well to the point of where they're difficult to be replaced, which is why they're earning what they're earning. That's why Tom Cruise earns what he earns. And the best part is you can do this for you in your life. You could do it right now in the business that you're in if you'll just step into providing really great service. You have access to change your life, to be in control of your destiny, if you'll just be really great at filling the needs that are there for you to fill. Now, you want to hear something really cool about what's happening today? There's a lot of change happening right now, isn't there? There's a huge amount of change happening, which means there's a huge opportunity to help people. Why? Because there is a need to deal with the change that's happening. You know that right now, oh my gosh, it's a great time for you to get rich. All you have to do is tap into the needs that need to be filled and then be really great at helping people to take care of those needs to the point of where it's difficult to replace you. It's literally in your hands. But guess who has to do this? See, this is why in the beginning of this video I said, okay, yeah, take notes, but most importantly, use it in your life as much as possible. Because knowing this, it's not going to help you. But if you use it, you will see the change. So replay this video. Use it in the business you're in right now. And if you don't like the business you're in right now, look for a need that needs to be filled and then apply what I'm sharing with you. Remember, it works 100% of the time that it's used. It never fails. Again, you have to use it. So use it, and use it as if your life depends on it. You know why? Because it does.
The people who succeed practice strategically. Okay? So those who work hard just work a long time. But those who work strategically have a plan. The plan is this: what are my goals? How can I achieve these goals? And then how do I improve my plan? So they're examining their own practices and they're trying to figure out where the weaknesses are, where they can improve, then set a plan on how to improve, and then they follow this plan. And if this plan helps them improve, they stick to the plan, but if the plan doesn't really work, they change the plan as well, okay? So this is the idea of self-reflection or self-assessment. Constantly thinking about how you are as a student and figure out how to improve your own learning strategies. And what K. Anders Ericsson discovered is that if you do this, you'll succeed at anything.
If you want to make more money, you have to understand something called the law of compensation. Law of compensation says that you will be paid equal to these 3 things: the need for what you do, your ability to do it, how difficult would it be to replace you.
The frequencies we're generating are dictated by the emotions and the thoughts that we're having. So, fear, the currency of control of humanity, is a very low, slow wavelength. So is depression, so is resentment and hatred and regret, all these low vibration emotions. Joy, love, is very high frequency. These demonic entities operating just outside of human reality, by the very nature of what they are, very distorted, very chaotic, mad. I mean, if you look at the names that the different ancient societies have given, religions have given to these demonic entities, that often again and again it will relate to the word foolish or stupid. They are idiots, right? But if you can completely hijack the perception of your target population, it doesn't matter if you're idiots, as long as you know how to do that, you got them. What they do, these entities therefore, is they resonate on a very low frequency because of their state of being, because their state of perception, everything. They are feeding off human energy. That is their energy source.
So some people want to be rich, but you don't give. Some people want to be blessed, but you don't bless others. Some people want to be protected, but you don't protect others. Some people want to be elevated, but you don't elevate others. Whatever you don't sow, you can't reap. It's really that simple. You can't reap what you did not sow. Can somebody type that? You don't reap what you don't sow.